Begits, yo, what's up, guys? What is going on? Hope y'all doing well. Welcome back. Arsenal pretty much steamrolled over Wolverhampton. This was more or less an exhibition match, 5-0. Wolverhampton, first half, because the second half I was kind of tuning out of it. I mean, I wasn't watching anything else. I wasn't even on my phone, but I think I was just spacing off and thinking of something else. And of course, the season's over, so it really doesn't matter all that much. I think Arsenal just pretty much used this game. They were playing at home to show off their new drippy looking jerseys. Those jerseys look pretty good. Yeah, the whole kit looks really nice. The whole kit looks nice. And that's it. And just to show that they were in first place for most of the season for a reason. And I don't know if he's leaving, but it was a nice send off for Xhaka. Got a standing ovation. Got 2 goals. Could have gotten that third goal had he connected the ball, which was kind of an assist from what's his name, Saka. Saka. Almost a hat trick from Xhaka. The only thing that I saw that was like more or less dangerous from Wolverhampton was the first half when Collins, it was a free kick, and Collins ended up getting a nice header beating Partey, but nobody was there to be able to push it in. Nobody, absolutely nobody. They were just kind of looking at the ball, and I mean that could have been a goal for Wolverhampton. But besides that, they weren't really dangerous. They were retaining the ball. They had a good amount of possession of the ball, but nothing really came out of it in the end. Nothing really came out of it. It didn't seem, when it was 3-0, I looked at the score and the way the game was being played, and they had a lot of possession. They were able, because obviously Arsenal wasn't like pressing them or anything, so they were able to pass the midfield and be able to play around the box, but not able to get inside the box or create anything that was dangerous for them. Arsenal, 5 goals. Kiwior actually got on the score sheet. That was interesting to see. After a bad clearance from Traore. And speaking of Kiwior, that was a penalty. The hold on Traore, on Adama Traore, that was definitely a penalty. I mean, he was yanking his shirt down, all the way down. I don't know how they didn't call that a penalty, especially since there's nothing to lose here in this game. There's nothing. No one's going to gain anything. No one's going to lose anything. Unlike the game, I even forgot to talk about the Bundesliga game with Borussia. The first penalty that ended up being given a penalty, which Halle ended up missing, was not a penalty. That to me was not a penalty. The second was a penalty. And much like this one, this was a penalty as well. Like the second one that wasn't called for Borussia Dortmund on Guerreiro, the push, or the push with his body. He didn't push him with his hands, but he ended up just shoving him, charging into him with his torso. That was a penalty. That needed to be called a penalty. I don't know why they didn't call that a penalty. Again, it's the last game. Nothing's gonna come out of it. Just give it a penalty. It's an obvious penalty. And the ref was within yards to be able to see that was a penalty. Just completely just brought him down. You can see him just stretching out his jersey all the way down. I don't know how they didn't give that penalty. Absolutely ridiculous. Gabriel Jesus had a good game. Really good header, Gabriel Jesus, and really good play from Trossard. That's what I mean. Like, you're on the left wing. What are you going to do? Run the line, Really good center. Saka's goal was amazing. The little like dummy, the thing that he does when he cuts back, that worked perfectly for the goal. And the curler, I mean, that was an amazing goal, hands down. And then the for the second goal for Xhaka, the little combination with Odegaard and then the center, that was really well done from Saka. I want to see more of that, going on one-on-one instead of cutting back like he did the cutback, right? The hook in that he always does to his left foot, and he completely left the guy behind. But he doesn't do that. That's the first time I've seen him do that. In the 4 months that I've been watching these games, that I've been covering these games, that's the first time that he's done that. Or maybe he's done that some other time and I can't remember, because he doesn't do that as much. And the first goal, the really nice play from Gabriel Jesus and the center for Xhaka, really good center. Had that been Saka, he wasn't going to take it down the line. He was going to take it down the line. And he needs to do more of that. He would have just brought it in and passed it to someone in the middle, and the play would have just ended right there. Look, I get it. He got an extension in his contract. He's going to stay. I don't see Saka doing much for Arsenal in the Champions League. I'm sorry. 15 goals, that's amazing. That's great, for his position. That's really good. Dude, I don't care about the stats. It's just the way he plays. It's just bland. Like, a little bit more. I wish he could be a little bit more spontaneous. I've talked about this many times, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but Traore, I'm not saying he's better than Adama Traore. I'm not saying he's better than Saka, but a little bit of more, intuitiveness, a little bit more spontaneity, and just aliveness, just energy. He's a little bit more livelier. than Saka. Why can't this guy play? I get it. That's the way he plays, and he's still effective to some degree. I see Saka as more of a second option for Arsenal. Like, always on the bench, comes in and does what he needs to do. I don't see him as a starter at all. I do not see him as a starter. Look, I'm going to compare him to Trossard. Trossard is not more physical, is not quicker, he's not faster than Saka, yet he offers a lot more than Saka does. And he's not as quick, he's not as strong as... I mean, you could easily push Trossard off the ball, but yet somehow he makes himself look good. He knows when to pass the ball, he knows when to center the ball, he knows when to draw to the line, he knows when to cut in, he knows when to strike. He had a really good strike today, and he had a really good game as well. I don't see that from Saka. Saka, after the goal, and can't say it was an assist, but it was a nice combination with Odegaard. After that, I didn't see him do anything else. He did the same thing over and over, and sometimes giving away balls that, you know, it's like he doesn't know how to, like, his depth perception is kind of off. Doesn't know when to time the ball, to be able to pass the ball, to be able to intercept the ball. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's just very, very limited. And I found it funny that they were giving him a standing ovation, pretty much a standing ovation at the end of the game. I'm not going to get on board with Saka. I just can't. I wish he could be loaned out to some other team and then come back. Not sold, but loaned out. Because there is potential, but I don't agree. I don't agree. Everybody else sees it except me, right? I'm tone deaf when it comes to Saka. Odegaard had a really good game. He had a really nice play that he got in between two players and passed it off. I think it was to Nelson, but Nelson didn't hit it that well. I love when Odegaard and Saka get together for the 1-2. Fabulous. Really, really enjoy that chemistry that both of them have with each other. Really fun game to watch and entertaining up to a certain point, and then it was after the 4-0, after the 3-0, pretty much the second half was just kind of done, and that was it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay tuned for future videos, of course, and I'll see you in the next match. Tschüss.